episode of Kim in the Kitchen. Today is Sunday, so today, as I said last Sunday, I make something easy that we can just go by and grab a piece of or nibble on throughout the day. So today is going to be another easy recipe using biscuits again, but I promise it's going to be another good recipe. I have not tried this recipe yet. It was actually shared by a friend of mine this week. So I'm going to make it today to see what we think about it, and then I'll possibly make another one for us to take to school for us to share this week. So it is an easy pull apart pumpkin bread. I know it's getting to be fall. Well, I really want it to be fall. I know it's just August, but I'm ready for fall, so I love anything pumpkin. So I'm doing this bread for us today to try because I'm ready for fall. I've already got pumpkin spice in my senses, so needless to say, I like it a lot, and I'm gonna try it because this might be a go-to for us during the fall. An easy something we can eat on during the weekend, and maybe like for parties or something. I'm not sure. We'll just see what we think. So for this bread today, we're gonna be using pumpkin puree. You'll use a can of Grand's biscuits, any variety. I actually got the sweet Hawaiian because I thought that might be good because they're already kind of sweet. You want the kind that says flaky because you're going to have to kind of tear them apart. So get that kind. You're going to need vanilla. You'll need some pumpkin's pie spice. You'll need some cinnamon, some milk, sugar, and powdered sugar. And then I also melted 2 tablespoons of butter. So let's go ahead and get all this stuff ready. Pull apart pumpkin bread in the oven and get it going. Go ahead and at this point we're going to preheat our oven to 350, and we'll go ahead and get started getting all of our ingredients together and get the biscuits out and pulled apart, and we're going to get them in the pan with all the goodness on them, and then we'll pop them in the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes. We're just going to kind of watch them. So y'all give me a minute. We're going to get it all together and get it in the oven. All right, we're back. We got all of our ingredients ready, and we're going to get this started. I'm going to get you guys where y'all can see me. So in one bowl, we're going to start with our pumpkin puree. You're going to do half a cup of the pumpkin puree. Let's put our cup over here. Oh my God. All right. Set that to the side. So half a cup of that pumpkin. If you don't like pumpkin, first of all, I don't know if we can be friends. No, seriously. But second, if you don't like pumpkin, I'm sure you could use sweet potatoes at this point because you can do a puree on them too. Or you could leave it out altogether, but that's the whole point of this recipe is pumpkin. So, all right, and then we're going to do 1/4 of a cup of sugar at this point. We're going to do our 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. And you're going to do 1 teaspoon of cinnamon in here. Okay, all right. Also, we're going to do 1 teaspoon of our vanilla in here. Okay. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and mix all that up. It smells good already. Okay. All right, so now we're going to set that to the side. For the next little bit, we're going to add the other 1/4 of a cup of sugar. And another teaspoon of the cinnamon. This is going to be the sprinkle that you sprinkle on top of it. And then we're just going to kind of mix that together. Okay, so cinnamon and sugar, the pumpkin puree. Now we're going to set all that goodness to the side and go ahead and get started with our biscuit part of this recipe. All right. Let me get a brush because we're going to need that for our butter. So go ahead and have a pastry brush. If you don't have that, I mean, you can just kind of slather it on however you want to. You could even use unmelted if you want to. So we're going to go ahead and open up our can of biscuits. This, like I said, is the Sweet Hawaiian Grands Flaky. Make sure it's the flaky kind. And we're going to open them up and put them on our cutting board. Speaking of my cutting board, my youngest daughter bought me this week, and it is so stinking cute. I'm so excited about it. Gives me something to put all my goodies on during the videos. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to take your flaky biscuits and you're going to break them in half. Okay, so it was 8, we're making 16. So go ahead and take each one of those and break them in half. And just stack them on your board. These smell really good. I've never had these, but I saw these yesterday in the grocery store and I was like, I love Sweet Hawaiian rolls. Maybe this would be good with some pumpkin on it. So I got them. It's really not good for me to go to the grocery store when I'm hungry, but you know. All right, so all of those are split in half, which is 16 now. It was 8, now it's 16. I do not have a huge bread pan, so I just have 2 small bread pans, and that's what we're going to use. So 8 should be able to fit in here. And we'll kind of see how it goes as we go along. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to slather. I say slather. We're going to slather the top. And we're going to just sprinkle the cinnamon and sugar on. Okay. Now, on this one, we're only going to do one side because it's the end piece. So for the end piece, you'll just put it in like that, okay? And then once you get it going, we'll kind of drizzle down some butter in there, okay? So we'll keep going. We're going to keep slathering these with the pumpkin. Then a little bit of the cinnamon and sugar. This is going to be messy, so go ahead and slather the back. Cinnamon and sugar on there. Put it in there. Then we're going to drizzle it with that butter. Okay? So I'm going to keep going on the slathering and the sprinkling. Try not to get it all over my hands and everything else in my kitchen. Okay? Drip that butter down on there. I just think the butter melted is better because you can kind of drip it. This would be a good recipe to use for like Thanksgiving, for that morning. You could kind of make it up and have it so when people got there, they would have something to nibble on while the meal's getting cooked. I mean, probably not the best thing for you, but it would be yummy. Okay. Drizzle some more butter. Alright, I'm going to keep going on this. When we come back, I'm going to have them in the pans and see what y'all think about them before we get them popped in the oven. Alright guys, I got all 16 of them pumpkined up, buttered, cinnamon, sugared, yummy. And we are about to put these bad boys in the oven Like I said, I did it in 2 small pans, so I'm just gonna watch it. It says about 40 minutes, but I think because I have the recipe in 2 different pans, I can do it in about 30. But I'm gonna watch it and let you guys know. So we're gonna go ahead, move over to our stove and get these in, and then we'll get this going. I'm also going to make a icing to go on the top of it. So while these are in the oven, we'll come back over and make the icing and get these going. All right, you guys, my oven is preheated for 350. We're gonna go ahead and put these bad boys in. I'm gonna set my timer for 35 minutes and I'm going to watch them. I think the reason that it's 35 to 40 minutes is because it's so low on that temperature, because usually when you cook biscuits you cook them between 395 and 415, so I think it's wanting to cook it low and slow so it doesn't burn that pumpkin. So I think that's why it's going to take a little bit longer, but we're just going to check it in about 15 minutes and kind of see how it's going, and I'll keep a good watch on it. I know it's going to be smelling amazing, probably like a pumpkin pie in just a few minutes. So I'll just keep a watch on it and give you guys updates in between. So, but for right now, we're going to go ahead and get the ingredients ready for our icing. And I am going to tell you, I'm going to go a little wild with my icing, and I'm going to use what I have left of that pumpkin. I have about 2 teaspoons of that pumpkin puree mixture left. So to that, I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. Okay, so I'm going to add that 1/2 cup of the powdered sugar in with that pumpkin puree. Like I said, it's about 2 teaspoons left. I just didn't want that to go to waste, so I'm using it. So 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. I'm going to use about 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. And I'm going to point you guys where y'all can kind of see. So my 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. It's going to be kind of gummy. And then we're going to go ahead and put about 3 tablespoons of milk. Okay, so that's good and liquidy. I'm going to pour this over the top of our pumpkin bread. I am going to add a sprinkle, just a good sprinkle of pumpkin pie spice to that. And I don't know if you know, but pumpkin pie spice has cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and cloves. So it has all of the good stuff that you would put in a pumpkin pie. And that way you don't have to like break it up and have just cloves, just cinnamon, just sugar. You can put all of it in there at the same time. So now that that's all mixed up, that is what we're going to pour over the top of our pull apart pumpkin bread when it comes out of the oven, and it's just going to go down in all those crevices and make it amazing. So we'll set this to the side. We have our pumpkin bread in the oven. It's going to cook between 30-35 minutes. I'm going to keep a watch on it. When it's halfway done, I'll give you guys an update as always. Then when I pull it out, we're going to pour this goodness on top of it and take a bite and see what we think. Y'all stay tuned. Alright guys, we're about halfway done and they look and smell fantastic. Oh my gosh, they look so good. Just a little bit more and we will be ready for a tasting. Alright guys, our timer just went off, so we are pulling our pumpkin bread out. Oh, it looks so good. It's so yummy. All right, we're gonna take it over to our counter over here and pour our icing over it so we can give her a taste. All right, we're gonna take that icing that we made with the pumpkin, the powdered sugar, pumpkin pie spice, and we're gonna drizzle that over the top while it's warm so it runs down in all those little crevices. Oh, this is going to be so good. All right. Look at that yummy goodness. All right. Let's get this plated up. Just pull a piece off. And it's going to be super hot, so be careful. Look at that. looks so good, and it just pulls apart because it's those flaky biscuits, so it just kind of pulls in little pieces, just kind of like our monkey bread did last weekend. We'll cut a little piece. That is so, so good. The pumpkin, the sugar, that powdered sugar like over the top of it. And I really think those Hawaiian flaky biscuits made it, y'all. I really do, because they're already kind of sweet. So it has no savory whatsoever to it. It is so good, y'all. Y'all really need to try this one. This is super easy. And remember, if you don't like pumpkin, maybe try sweet potatoes. Or another thing you could do is apple butter. If you like apple butter would be good on this too. Thanks you guys for joining me again for Kim in the Kitchen on our sweet Sunday. I have something kind of special for you guys on Wednesday. All of you who have furry babies, fur babies or fur friends, we're going to make a recipe for them. I have 3 that live here with me right now, so we're going to make a treat for them. So if you like fur baby treats, join me on Wednesday for something fun. Again, for joining me each time and giving me recipe ideas. I love that I'm getting all kinds of recipe ideas and things that I can try. It's really fun, and I've enjoyed it so much. Thanks for watching. Y'all, please like, share, and subscribe. Share this with your friends. I want my channel to grow so people can get new recipes and new ideas. Thanks again for joining, and I can't wait to see y'all on Wednesday for a new treat for our fur babies. Thanks. Bye.